What's up, guys? We have another CrossWorlds DJ mix to react to. This is Sonic Racing CrossWorlds DJ mix number 2. So let's get right into this. I really enjoyed the last one, so I really am looking forward to what's in store for this one. Before I do that, okay, that's already the highest resolution. Alright, let's get into it. So it starts off with White Cave from Sonic Riders. And this track looks so cool, man. So yeah, we're getting the open network test tomorrow. At the time of this recording, anyway. And I gotta say, this track looks awesome. I kind of wish this was just a normal track because, dude, look at this. Like, this looks so cool. Yo, this remix is crazy. We did hear this remix in the Red Bull promo, but it's so cool just hearing an isolated version of it. I love this part that they added with the lines at the end, that's cool. And I know people are probably going to be like, oh, why'd they put EDM? I have actually heard this version of Sand Road because the OST for please never do that again, buddy. The OST actually leaked for the open network test, and this was one of the songs that got leaked. And this remix goes crazy. Listen to this. Also, I like that. I like that Rouge's car actually has like bat wings now. That's a cool detail. Yo, this remix goes stupid. Listen to this. Opa! I love that. Wait, what was that? Wait, hang on, I gotta go back. What was that CrossWorld? Oh, hang on, we'll see more of that in a bit. I already know where that is. Oh, man, this whole Oscar remix goes so hard. Because this is a remix of Cool Edge Night from Sonic, not Sonic Frontiers, Sonic Unleashed. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'll say Sonic Frontiers when I mean to say another game. That's like the third time that's happened now. I've heard this remix before too. We've heard this one a few times actually. Honestly, it's crazy because this remix sounds so similar to the original yet so different at the same time. Also, Big actually fits really well on this track, oddly enough. I can see Big actually going fishing here. Man, this game, I want you. I want this game so bad, man. I love that guitar so much, man. And yeah, we have Hidden World from Sonic Lost World. Look at this. So it starts off with, I think that's Hidden World 3 right here, this section. And then it goes into the tornado level from Sonic Lost World, which I think was Hidden World 2. Or I could have them mixed up. This might be 3 and the other one was 2, but I like that they combined 2 of the Hidden World stages together. Dude, this is so cool. Oh, they even have this part that's supposed to be like that Rubik's Cube level. I was not expecting them to mix that in there. And I love that you got the little fuzzy Pac-Man things, which is really fitting because Pac-Man is actually in this game. That's fucking crazy, actually. You got these like weird fuzzy Pac-Man look-alike things. And then you got Pac-Man himself in this game, which I love so much. Alright, what's next? Oh, Frontiers. Nice. We got Kronos Island with Sage. Let me turn it up a little bit, actually. Oh, Tomoyo Otani actually worked on this remix? No way. Because before, when I saw composed by Tomoyo Otani, I think for these DJ mixes, when it says who the composer was, I think that's referring to who composed the original song. Because, I mean, it makes sense now that I think about it, because, I mean, you can't compose a remix. Well, you can, but, you know. I know people are already pissed. They're probably like, why would you add EDM to my Sonic Frontiers music? But honestly, I like this remix. This would go kind of hard if it was like a battle theme in Frontiers. Like, imagine if you're fighting enemies in Sonic Frontiers and this song kicks in. Somebody should mod that in. Oh, and then we got the final lap theme, which is I'm Here. You know what? This would have been a perfect time for them to show off Supersonic for the first time. That would have been cool. Dude, this remix goes crazy. It's crazy that they remixed a remix, because this is a remix of I'm Here Revisited, and that was a remix of just, you know, I'm Here. Also, hang on, I gotta dock points because, you lost rings, buddy. I gotta dock points for that, I'm sorry. Wow, I love that. Wow, wow. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. This game is gonna be so good, man. Honestly, not a whole lot to go over with the tracks themselves. I mean, we've seen most of these tracks in action before. The only one we haven't seen before now is Hidden World, which I do want to go over a little bit here because, yeah, this section, hang on. Let me actually pull up, actually, no, never mind. I'm probably going to get ads, and I don't feel like cutting that out. But yeah, that is so cool that they're combining, like, all of the Hidden World stages into one level for this game. That's so cool of them, honestly, and they're like, they have all 4 acts mixed into one. I'm kind of surprised that they managed to work in the Rubik's Cube one and the 4th one, which was like a 2D one. I'm genuinely surprised that they were able to work in those 2. I just assumed it would be acts 2 and 3 and that's it, but nope, we got act 1 right here and act 4 in the background. Of course, act 1 isn't exactly a Rubik's Cube anymore, but it's cool that they did manage to reference that. Also, this remix goes hard as hell. I wasn't that big of a fan of this song in Sonic Lost World, but this remix is insane. Also, I love that transition. Like, you can hear the little doo-doo-doo. Like, hang on. Oh, man, that's beautiful. I think my favorite song in this mix was I'm Here. I mean, that song goes hard as fuck no matter what game it's in. And I love how when I'm Here is about to kick in, you see the screen start to fade to red a little bit. Like, look. I think something that would have been cool for the final lap of Kronos Island. Now, this is just a suggestion, and it's way too late in the game for them to add this, probably. But I think it would have been really cool if for the final lap. Wait, what? You go through a corkscrew there? Wait, what? Wait, that was a corkscrew? Oh, no, it's not. Oh, okay, that looked like a corkscrew, but no, I think what would have been cool for the final lap of Kronos Island, imagine if like the sky was all purple and pink and you could actually see the end in the background. That would have been amazing. But I guess at this point in the timeline, the end is already dead, so that wouldn't have made much sense, but it would have been cool. I don't know. I mean, we have white space from Shadow Generations in this game, so hey. Yeah, that is actually interesting, actually. I do want to talk about that for a second because I think it's interesting that with most of the tracks in this game, they seem to be happening at whatever point in time the original stage came from. Like Metal Harbor, for example, that has to be during the events of Sonic Adventure 2 because obviously Prison Island got blown up, right? And then there's also the part with the rocket being fired off in the final lap in the background. Just like how in Sonic Adventure 2, towards the end of the stage, you would have to climb the rocket and grab on before it got fired without you. So it's kind of interesting that with most of the tracks in this game, it seems like the tracks are set during the events of whatever game they came from. I think another good example is like, let me think here, because there's not really that many other tracks in this game that are like context sensitive like that, if that makes sense. That's like really the only example I could think. Oh, again, like Shadow's white space in this game, like white space. I mean, obviously it has to be during the events of Sonic Generations because before and after Generations, white space literally does not exist anymore. So it has to be like during the events of that game. And I feel like I might be reading way too deep into this because I mean this is a spin-off racing game at the end of the day, and this game doesn't even have a story mode. So I feel like I may be reading a little too far into this, but I just find that really interesting that like most of the tracks like seem to be set during whatever game they came from, you know? Even like I'm trying to think of another example here. Oh, even like Sweet Mountain from Sonic Colors. That one has to be during the events of Sonic Colors because of the pirate ship for what was his name? Captain Jelly? Like Captain Jelly's ship is there shooting like um like what are those little candy things that he shoots at you called? Like those little like the gumballs. He's like shooting gumballs at you that you have to avoid just like he did in Sonic Colors, and I'm like Sonic like destroyed Captain Jelly. So obviously Sweet Mountain has to be during the events of that game. So yeah, that's just a little observation I wanted to point out that like most of the tracks in this game seem to take place during the events of whatever game they came from. I just find that interesting. There's probably more examples. Feel free to leave them in the comment section if you can think of any. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I know this is a lot shorter than the previous one of these I did, but I mean, I don't really have as much to say this time around. So, I mean, because this is all, like, these are all tracks we knew about up until this point. There were no, like, big surprises this time around, because we've seen all of these tracks before. It was nice to see more of Hidden World, but, like, the other tracks we've already seen plenty of. So yeah, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. Cheesy YouTuber outro. And it's your boy Ultra signing off for now. Peace. Take care, everyone.